Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel so you never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon. Find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Chicago White Sox vs. Baltimore Orioles. Suarez allowed only 2 earned runs and 5 hits in his 1 start and 1 relief appearance versus the White Sox. Before the current series, Baltimore has been dominating the White Sox, coming out on top in 7 of their previous 8 matchups overall and 3 of their last 4 at Camden Yards. Orioles batters have excelled versus the White Sox pitching staff recently, hitting a robust .283 with a .451 slugging percentage in their prior 10 games. The Orioles have produced a 56.5% winning percentage at home in 2024, while Chicago has dropped more than 75% of their games on the road. Baltimore has a significant edge both offensively and with their pitching staff in this matchup. Orioles batters rank in the top 5 in multiple categories, including slugging percentage, while their opponent ranks near the bottom of the league in slugging percentage and other hitting areas. Baltimore currently ranks 11th in the league in ERA with 3.93, while the White Sox rank second to last with 4.89. The stats and trends strongly support a comfortable Orioles victory in Baltimore in the final game of the series. Take the Orioles. Suarez was effective versus the Sox in his 1 start and 1 relief appearance, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits over 6 innings of work. 2 of the previous 3 matchups between these squads went under the run total, with only 23 runners crossing the plate during their 3-game set in Chicago earlier this season. The Orioles are hovering around the top 10 in the league in multiple pitching categories, so they have the tools to limit Chicago's run production in this contest. The White Sox rank near the bottom of the league in multiple offensive categories, including slugging percentage, so the odds they score quickly in bunches against the Baltimore pitching staff are low. The White Sox have pushed or gone under the run total in 6 of their previous 7 games overall and 4 of 6 on the road. They have failed to exceed 3 runs in 7 straight games. Cannon was effective in his prior start, limiting the Royals to 1 run on 3 hits over 5 innings. Most signs point to a lower-scoring affair in Baltimore on Wednesday. Take the under. Washington Nationals vs. Miami Marlins. There is a slight difference between how these pitchers have been doing this season in their home/road splits. Mackenzie Gore is 2-6 with a 4.70 ERA and a .274 batting average against in 59.1 innings, 11 starts, on the road, while Valente Beloso is 1-2 with a 5.87 ERA and a 1.76 WHIP in 15.1 innings, 3 home starts. Throughout the season, these offenses are on 2 different levels as well. Washington is scoring 4.21 runs per game, while Miami is averaging 3.78 runs per game. Go with the Washington Nationals to win and sweep this quick series. Neither Mackenzie Gore nor Valente Beloso has been able to completely shut down the opposing lineup this season. These teams have been scoring well since the All-Star break, as the Nationals are averaging 4.33 runs in their last 40 games, while the Marlins are surprisingly scoring 4.49 runs during their 41 games since the Midsummer Classic. Neither bullpen has been able to do too well, as Washington ranks 23rd in Major League Baseball with a 4.16 reliever ERA, while Miami is slightly better as they are 21st in the sport, with a 4.10 bullpen ERA up to this point. All in all, go with over 8.5 total runs in this game, as both teams are going to be able to score runs. Houston Astros vs. Cincinnati Reds. There is a major gap in the starting pitchers throughout the month of August, as this is the first time both of these pitchers are on the mound in September. Spencer Arrighetti was 3-2 with a 1.95 ERA and a .168 batting average against in 32.1 innings, 5 starts, while Nick Martinez went 1-1 with a 4.26 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP in 31.2 innings, 7 games, 6 starts. When diving into the bullpen so far this year, the bullpens are on 2 completely different levels. The Astros are 4th in the league with a 3.53 reliever ERA, while the Reds are 14th in Major League Baseball with a 3.90 bullpen ERA. Go with the Houston Astros to pick up a win on the road in this game as the better bet. Spencer Arrighetti and Nick Martinez have not been able to showcase the ability to dominate on the mound throughout the season and are expected to give up runs early in this game. These offenses have been able to score runs at a good level during the previous 14 games. The Astros are averaging 4.93 runs per game in that stretch, while the Reds are scoring 4.36 runs per game. Throughout the entire 2024 season, these teams are doing well in terms of hitting with runners in scoring position, as Houston is 16th in the majors with a .754 team OPS with runners in scoring position thus far, while Cincinnati is tied with the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Mets for 6th in Major League Baseball with a .793 team OPS up to this point. All in all, go with over 9 runs in this game, as these teams should be able to score runs against one another here. Minnesota Twins versus Tampa Bay Rays. After the Twins took Game 1 of this series, the teams split their first 4 meetings of the season, all of them decided by just 1 run. Minnesota is a pretty decent road team this year, going 36-32 away from home. Lopez has picked up 7 wins in 14 road starts this season, striking out 91 batters over 81 innings. Tampa Bay has struggled to a 25-27 mark at the Tro this season. Bradley's last start, discussed above, came at home, and he has lost in his last 3 starts at home. The Twins are still very much playing for something and likely getting everything in line for the postseason. They still need to take care of business, and this is one of those winnable games that they need. Take the Twins. There have been 132 games combined between the two teams that hit the over this season, including 3 of the first 4 games they played versus each other this season. The Rays are near the bottom of the barrel with a 3.88 runs per game average. However, before Tuesday, they had scored at least 4 runs in 3 of their last 4 games. Minnesota is one of the better scoring teams in the game, averaging 4.8 runs per game. Before their Tuesday night tilt, the Twins' offense scored 5 runs or more in 4 of their last 8 games. Bradley will likely not get lit up for 8 runs in a second straight start, but he has allowed at least 4 runs in 5 of his last 6 times out. Take the over. Boston Red Sox versus New York Mets. The Mets come into this series finale winning 6 in a row, while the Red Sox have lost 4 in a row. New York has only allowed 9 runs in their 6-game win streak, while the Sox have only totaled 5 runs in losing 4 in a row. McGill was solid in his last start after missing a month with an injury, only giving up 1 run in a win, but it was against the team that is, by far, the worst in the majors in the White Sox. Houck also had a good last outing and has been pitching well for the most part as of late, but has not gotten much run support. Look for that to happen again in this game with the Boston lineup struggling. Taking the hotter team in this one, so even as a home underdog, the Mets will take this game and complete the series sweep. Take the Mets. The total went over in Game 2, but I am leaning towards the under in Game 3. Houck only gave up 1 run in his last start, and while giving up 6 runs in his previous outing, he has pitched pretty well as of late. However, he has not received much run support, and that will continue, as Boston has only totaled 9 runs in their 6-game skid. McGill was solid in his last start, only giving up 1 run after missing a month with an injury, but it was facing the lowly White Sox. Still, he will have a good outing facing a struggling Sox lineup. He and Houck will pitch well, and this finale will be a low-scoring affair, which is why the under is the way to go. Take the under 8 runs. Colorado Rockies versus Atlanta Braves. This is a pivotal series for the Braves, and I'm fully expecting them to put the pedal to the metal and take care of the lowly Rockies. I'll lay the 1.5 runs with Atlanta in this one. For starters, Colorado has been one of the worst teams in the league on the road this season, going just 19-50 SU and 32-73 on the RL. I'll dive into their offensive struggles below, but I'm not expecting them to go nuclear against Morton, who has conceded 3 or fewer runs in each of his last 4 starts. Atlanta also brings in a top-tier bullpen, ranking 2nd in the MLB in ERA, 3.31, and 5th in WHIP, 1.19. The Braves shouldn't need much run support to cover the run line in this spot, which ultimately makes this a solid wager, in my opinion. My team pick is Atlanta Braves minus 1.5 runs. I mentioned that the Rockies' offense has struggled on the road this season. From a statistical standpoint in away games, they're 29th in both team batting average, .220, and OPS, .643. Only the White Sox are worse in both categories, .217, .606. It's never good when you're mentioned in the same sentence as the 109-loss White Sox. On top of the road woes, Colorado has also had issues against Charlie Morton. Their current lineup is slashing just .209/.284/.343 against him over 67 at-bats. On the flip side, Atlanta has sneakily been a bottom-half offense over the last 2 weeks. During the 14 days, they're just 20th in WRC+, 94, 19th in WOBA, .306, and 6th in K%, 26.7%. They'll be running into Bradley Blaylock, 4.98 ERA, and while he doesn't have overpowering numbers, he has logged an excellent 0.83 HR/9 rate. If the 23-year-old can keep the ball in the yard, I think this game cruises under. Let's play the under in the ATL on Wednesday night. My total pick is under 8.5 runs. Cleveland Guardians versus Kansas City Royals. Seth Lugo is expected to start for the Royals and has been good this year. He has a 14-8 record with a 3.12 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, and a 155-44 KBB ratio in 28 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .232 against Lugo this season. Kansas City has been good on offense this season. They are in the top 10 or around the top 10 in the league in runs, hits, RBI, strikeouts, stolen bases, batting average, and SLG. Bobby Witt Jr. has been superb for the Royals this year. Lugo will perform much better than Ben Lively and the Royals will win this contest. Take Kansas City on the money line. Cleveland has been average on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, home runs, RBIs, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Seth Lugo is expected to start for the Royals and has been good this year. He has a 14-8 record with a 3.12 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, and a 155-44 KBB ratio in 28 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .232 against Lugo this season. Lugo will pitch well in this contest and the under will hit. Take the under, 8.5 runs.